is it, wow, I just dropped a lot of words there. I should pick that up. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I have a super exciting video for you guys because it is the first video in a new challenge series that I am starting right here on my channel. So recently I had this idea for a new art challenge and I was super excited about it. So I kind of looked around YouTube to see if anyone else was doing something similar on their channels, and much to my surprise, no one else was doing anything quite like what I had in mind. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce the new challenge that I'm starting on my channel, and that is the Draw That Song Challenge. Now, what is this challenge, you might be asking? Well, the name's pretty self-explanatory. Each video I will be taking a new, popular song that I will be using to illustrate a piece. Now, unlike some other videos on YouTube, I won't be taking the song's lyrics and making pretty calligraphy out of them, and I won't be using the song extremely literally. Instead, I will be taking the overall mood and message of the song to illustrate a piece that I feel conveys the overall themes of that song. So without further ado, the first song in that Draw That Song Challenge series is That's right, the first song that I'm using in my Draw That Song Challenge is Ariana Grande's God Is a Woman. So without further ado, let's get right into the speed paint. So when I first listened to Ariana Grande's God Is a Woman, I knew that it had to be the first song I used in the Draw That Song Challenge series that I'm starting, because it has such a great message to the overall song. It talks about female empowerment, equality, and just the fact that you shouldn't really underestimate anyone because of their gender or their race or anything like that. So I just thought the message was so moving that I decided to use it as the first song in my new challenge. So if you haven't seen the music video for God Is a Woman yet, I would highly recommend that you do. It's stunning. It's a piece of art in and of itself. It's wonderfully directed and super conceptual, and it's just a beautiful music video. So like I said, I didn't want to be too literal with how I interpreted the song in my piece. However, I did want to nod to the music video a little bit just because of how well done it is. So since my whole piece was lined, I decided to incorporate some lineless watercolor in the background of the piece just to add some depth, and I found this was my opportunity to kind of relate the piece to the music video in a way. So in the music video, there's a couple scenes where Ariana Grande is lying in this pool, and it's this creamy grayish color with these swirls of purple and blue and silver all around her. So I decided to nod to that by creating that in the background of my piece. So I used this grayish gouache color and went over with these purple streaks and swirls, and it really adds a neat, mysterious effect to the piece. And if you've seen the music video, you can pretty easily recognize it. So the subject of this piece is a woman with this long, flowing hair that fills the entire frame. And there's this crown coming from the heavens, pun intended, to rest on her head, and it just shows this idea that she has a lot of power and that she has this almost divine capability, which is just another nod to the song talking about female empowerment. Recently in pieces, I've been trying to expand my arsenal of skin tones and complexions. So I used to draw just a lot of fair, light skin subjects, but I've really been trying to push myself, drawing people with darker skin tones. So this is kind of my mid-tone, kind of Hispanic ethnicity, mid, not fair, not really dark, but just in between skin tone, and I really like how it turned out. It fit the piece really well and the color scheme. And so I just did some simple shading on her face with this medium tone. Then later I go in with her long hair and I give it this light brown color. I was hoping it was dark brown, but it didn't really show well. It didn't really show as well as it did when I swatched it. It was a little fainter once I spread it out, and it ended up being a very similar shade to her face color. So I brainstormed. I needed to find a way to separate her hair color from her face color. So later on, I go in with some black watercolor and kind of add in an ombre. It's not a usual ombre that you would see where it goes from brown to blonde. Instead, it goes from black to light brown. And it actually ended up adding this really cool effect to it. Now, the hair was just, it was hard to do overall. Usually I don't have a problem doing flat washes, but the color I mixed didn't mix too well, and I have no idea why that is. But when I was painting and I picked up more pigment, some of it would be way darker than the rest because there would be like areas of where the black watercolor was, and it was just weird. I didn't get too even of a tone, but I was able to fix it by just going in with some extra water and just re-leveling out the whole color because it was strange. And then here I'm about to go in with some more black on top. I had to reload my palette because I had run out of all my black watercolor. I go through it like crazy. I use L'Aquarelle Black. It's so saturated, I can use it instead of Bombay ink if I need to. So here I'm adding in that black. I originally used too much water, and so it was just this gray color, so I had to completely re-fan out the pigment over all the hair so it didn't look streaky, and then I just went in with some of the pure watercolor and then fanned it out from there. So here I just add some right at the roots of the hair and I fan it down just a little bit. And then once the hair gets far enough away from the face, I just keep it with the original color that I had painted. And the whole hair aspect, I messed up a lot, but afterwards I really liked what I did to fix the mistakes that I had made. It ended up looking a lot cooler, and it just added a nice effect to the entire piece. So overall, the color scheme of the piece, I feel, is really fluid. It all really matches. I used some of the leftover purple I had to just tie into our face as well in the background, and all the colors just go well together. They're all kind of muted. None of them are too saturated except for that purple in the background, but even that is so dark that it's not really bright and saturated. All of it's fairly muted, and even the gold I use on the crown is very simple and faint, so I feel like the color scheme really goes well together. And this crown I just did with this light gold color, and then I pooled up some pigment on the ends to make it stand out and give it that curved effect. And then after I get done recording, I go in and highlight the subject of that woman with a white gel pen just to get it to pop out, and I add in some metallic elements here with a silver chrome pen that I've had from a previous Art Snacks box. So that's about it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed the first video in my Draw That Song Challenge series. I'm super excited for it, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Make sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss a future video. I upload on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at noon, so make sure to come back to my channel and check out those future videos. And as always, make sure to leave a comment in the comment section below if you enjoyed today's video, if you have suggestions for future videos, or you just want to chat. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.